Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about a bold new directional option for Dungeons and Dragons. So, Dungeons and Dragons has been incredibly woke for a long time now, and I think we've all assumed that that would continue, but there's new evidence that it may not continue, all right? And that Dungeons and Dragons could go in a soft conservative direction. What? What is a soft conservative direction? The term came from, the first time I heard the term, it was from Grace Randolph. And she was talking about a brand new show that is absolutely printing money for the company who owns it, and that is Yellowstone. Yellowstone has absolutely blown up. People are going to watch it in droves. And when they get there, they love the show. They love the show, right? And Peacock actually owns it, NBC. I think NBC, who owns Peacock, owns it. And they have figured something out. They figured out that Yellowstone is magnificently profitable for them. The biggest thing, I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think selling pickup trucks, right? Like, selling pickup trucks is a big freaking deal, right? Like, pickup trucks in America are really a big deal. Like, everybody wants one. The Ford F-150 is the most famous pickup truck in the world, and it is the most desired. Right now in America, this is not a joke, people are talking about $50,000 markups at retailers for Ford F-150s. You should be able to buy a Ford F-150 for $50,000. Right now, that's the markup in some places. It is bonkers what's happening, right? So Yellowstone is a massively profitable story. So she said what Hollywood is realizing is that woke is problematic from a money perspective, right? There's still a huge discussion. There's still woke projects that make money. But I just watched Jack Reacher, and I watched Reacher, that's the name of the show, and it is definitely soft conservative, right? So what is soft conservative? Grace Randolph defined it, and she said soft conservative is when you make a show that looks like a regular show that won't scare off woke people because all the conservative flags are very contextual and really probably might not be recognized by non-woke people, right? So I'll give you a perfect example of this from the Reacher show. So I watched the Reacher show, and the whole show is like, Jack Reacher is a, detective without a badge, and he solves, mysteries, right? So they go to this place, and this cop and his wife have died. They've been murdered, by cartel assassins, right? And murdered very graphically, right? And so it's a wife and a husband, and one of the badge detectives, Finlay, says, "Oh, 2 people dead," and Jack Reacher says there are 3 people dead, right? The wife is not visibly pregnant, right? But we know she's pregnant, right? And so Jack Reacher says 3 people are dead, right? That's all he says, right? And then Finley starts talking, and then it comes around, and he's like, I gotta go tell these people's parent, this cop's parents that he's dead. And he's like, you gotta go tell that cop's parents that he's dead, his wife's dead, and their grandchild is dead. Super, super subtextual, right? But you cannot get more conservative than that, right? But it's soft conservative because you gotta be paying really close attention, and the main core issue is never addressed directly. It's addressed very indirectly, right? So if a woke person's just watching it and not paying attention, and people do that, like they're playing Candy Crush, right? They're like, hey, I'm here. Like, you could have a super woke person who's like, I'm here to see this 6'5" dude who acts well, right? I don't really care about and they're playing Candy Crush, and they're like, oh, I watched that, it was good, and they don't even realize they're watching a soft conservative. This is incredibly profitable. Why might we see Dungeons and Dragons go in this direction? Dungeons and Dragons just got Cynthia Williams, and Chris Cox just went up to Hasbro CEO. They're going to pay attention to what is right now immediately newly profitable, right? So there's a possibility that some of the projects on Dungeons and Dragons could be made soft conservative. I think it will happen. I think we'll get a soft conservative book within 2022, right? What do you think? Do you think I'm right, or do you think they will remain super woke and there will be no hidden conservative agendas within Dungeons & Dragons books? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.